Disney has got to have the social awareness of a 2-year-old doing the Macarena in spring. So I wasn't going to say anything because it starts to get to a point where you think you've said enough. But unfortunately, it seems as if enough is never enough. It's being reported that Johnny Depp will not return to the Pirates franchise after his debacle with Amber Heard. But you probably already saw that coming. With Jack Sparrow, who was arguably the best part of these movies, being out of the mix, this unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, leaves the door open for somebody new or a new character to take the lead in this franchise.
I'm sure it's nothing.
And they found somebody. The character's name is Anne Bonny. Anne Bonny is based off of the real Anne Bonny, a red-headed Irish woman who was very prominent in the early 1700s. In fact, she's one of the few female pirates ever recorded. And guess who's gonna play her? This woman.
Y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people!
You know, the mistake that we keep on making is thinking that Disney actually cares about whether they make money or not. Disney doesn't care whether they make money or not. The only thing that Disney cares about is making a statement. Disney doesn't care how much money they lose as long as they make a statement. You've got to admire the balls that they have to be like, the captain goes down with his ship and they're willing to burn it all to the ground, all for a statement.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Because that's what it's all about. It's all about making a political statement at the end of the day. Because it doesn't matter how much money Disney loses, whoever's in charge is still gonna be a millionaire at the end of the day, I bet.
I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
So whatever happens to Disney doesn't really matter. But here's the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about Disney losing money and wokeifying their projects and prioritizing the message and diminishing their value is that it means they are that much more likely to be bought out by Elon Musk. And Elon Musk can make Disney great again. Let's go.
Now Musk has gone further, hinting to reporters that he might be looking to acquire Disney.
You look like a pilot.
Thanks, so I'm a pilot.
Oh, looking cool. So what brings you to the Lola carpet?
I'm just here with friends, you know, thinking about companies to acquire.
That's what I'm talking about!
Hey, what's that?
Wait! Fair elf maiden, I assure you, I have no quarrel with you. What is an elf maiden doing so far from home? Who are you, daughter of Valinor of such beauty?
I am Gwenriel of Eregion. My pronouns are she, her. And who are you?
I am, Clubber.
And what of your pronouns?
What's a pronoun?
Never mind. My pronouns are she, her. I am standing on the stolen land of the indigenous orc peoples, and I am...
What?
And I am wearing a green cloak.
Yes, I can see that. I'm standing right here.
It's for the blind.
If they're blind, why do they need to know that you're wearing a green cloak?
Okay, here we go. Ableism and mansplaining? You Numenorians are so privileged.
My lady, look out!
You killed they!
The Witcher franchise is loved by millions, and while there's been a lot of rumors and speculation about the future and what is going to happen in terms of new video games, we do know The Witcher 1 is getting a full-blown remake, and while we've all been pretty excited to hear news about it, now the developers are saying that they are not afraid to remove aspects which are bad, outdated, and need to be remade.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
It says, speaking to Edge magazine via Games Radar, the CEO, Jacob Rakaz, made clear not every part of 2007's The Witcher will appear in the highly anticipated remake, though didn't give any specifics as to what will and won't make the cut. First and foremost, we need to be honest, down-to-earth analysis of which parts are simply bad, outdated, and need to be remade, he said. Fool's Theory will simultaneously be highlighting the parts that are great, should be retained, or are direct key pillars that cannot be discarded. Now, of course...
Now, we've all heard this lingo before, and given that CD Projekt Red has taken a huge bite out of the ESG pie, it is a call for concern.
My name is Piotr Nielubowicz. I'm a member of the board and CFO at The Projekt. I'm also personally involved in a range of environmental, social, and governance initiatives, ESG for short.
Because see, The Witcher 1 is a product of its time, and I believe that's what makes it special. There's nothing wrong with you making a remake, especially if the remake that you're making is a faithful one. But unfortunately, if the remake that you're trying to make is one that is guided by the invisible hand of ESG, the invisible hand of activists, and message over story, then ultimately your remake is going to fail. It's not going to be received well. So ultimately, the way I see it, the products that are coming out of CD Projekt Red are simply for two people. They are for the modern audience that doesn't exist, and then they're also for the investors. CD Projekt doesn't necessarily care whether their projects succeed or fail, because they have the backing of ESG investors that will bail them out should that happen. So ultimately, you see, the product is not made for you and me. It's not made for us. These products that are being made by the company are made for the modern audience, which is not us, and they're made for the ESG investors. That's also not us. So then the question becomes, what business do we have indulging in something that was not even made for us to begin with?
He ain't lying.
The path or the solution is simple. Since it's not made for you, or it's not made for us, VWYW, vote with your wallet. If it's not made for you, why bother buying the product to begin with? Why are you investing your money? It's that simple.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. I can see it, I feel it. He's cooking.
Foul tarnished, thou marred by the flame of ambition.
If you're a Saltborn player and you are aware of the DLC that will soon be dropping, and you're not in the gym, you're cruising for a bruising.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Wait.
One episode in and all of my fears about this show have been confirmed. I saw a lot of creators who saw the premiere walk out and say they liked it, it was dark, it was good because it was dark. I don't care if you get to see what firebending would really do to a person if their writing is this much of a downgrade.
I'm 4 episodes into the new live action, and I gotta say, it's giving everything I thought it was gonna give, which is absolutely nothing. And I was really hoping that it wasn't gonna give nothing, but it did.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and in short, if you were to ask me, would you be up for season 2? Absolutely not. That show is terrible, man. It's not as bad as the last one we got, but the show is not a good show, man. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels as though every single time the characters are interacting on screen, they are talking past each other. It's almost as if you could replace any other character when they're actually talking and they're having a conversation. You can replace it with a wooden log, and if a wooden log could talk, it seems as if they're just reciting lines. It feels like a play. Like they know that they're acting a character, but they're not fully enmeshed and engrossed with the character. And the entire world building, it's not believable. The entire world building is just not believable. Like, it doesn't make me believe that Ba Sing Se is an actual place, that the Southern Water Tribe is an actual place. You know the way Game of Thrones did it? When Game of Thrones takes you to King's Landing or it takes you to the Wall, it feels real and it sells you on the idea that this is the real world. But I simply did not get that from this show, man. This show is terrible, man. It's not as horrible as... But it's just as bad, man. The effects are beautiful, though. I'll give it that.
The live action Avatar just came out.
Oh shit, okay, put it on.
Okay.
Is Aang flying?
I guess.
He can't.
He can't do that. Well, the CGI looks, come on, bro, give it a shot.
You are the Avatar.
Okay, a quick little exposition dump, no big deal.
My father has banished me until I find the Avatar.
What, bro?
So I will now. Hugo, you must find the Avatar so your father
another
will love you again.
exposition dump.
Fire.
Oh shit, the intro!
Here we go. Water, air. Long ago, there were a couple of nations, and they lived together pretty well.
What is this, the intro from Wish? Why did they change everything?
Divers 16 hours ago reached an all-time peak of 255,000. It's growing. This weekend, it's probably going to be over 300. It just goes to show people don't hate live service games. They just hate bad games with a shitty live service model and ridiculous monetization tacked on top of it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the misconceptions, I think, within some of the community is that live service games are just anathema. And that's not the case. People like good live service games. Yeah, exactly, Lord Chu. You make a good game, people will play it. Whoa, what a novel concept.
No shit.
Wives and girlfriends of Helldiver soldiers, so we need to do our part. I've been taking notes on how we can support the cause, on the language that we need to understand to be part of the lore. This is probably my best one yet. These are things that you can say to your soldier, i.e. Helldiver gamer, in order to engage, strike conversation, and hopefully cause something else to happen. So first of all, of course, above all else, the mission, the war, democracy. So before they start playing, because nothing's going to happen if they need to, serve, do their duty for that day. So before they go to their daily duty, saying things like the only good bug is a dead one. That's a big one. If they're like, oh honey, like, can I get on? Like, I gotta go fight. Yeah. Like, I'm doing my part. You go do yours.
If she's not willing to do her part for the struggle, she doesn't deserve you, King.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts.
By the way, guys, there are some people that are going through a serious moral dilemma over whether they should play Helldivers 2 because for some reason it reminds them an awful lot of Israel v. Palestine.
However, there's some people out there kind of struggling with the morality of the game. A couple of people are very, very upset. This is from Delusional Takes. Sharing this, this Demon Faye account says, so I finally got to play the tutorial for Helldivers 2. It's hilarious that there are people who take this game seriously, like it's a reflection of their moral worldview, because that means those guys sat through the tutorial and loved all the fake praise it throws at you, lol. And then Brisket Enjoyer says, honestly, I sometimes struggle to start playing it, since you basically play as colonizers, and that doesn't feel right when I have a Palestinian friend.
You serious?
I'd like to suggest that if you find yourself going through a moral quandary over shooting bugs in a video game, that perhaps maybe you shouldn't be playing video games to begin with.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get a load of this. The star of the live action How to Train Your Dragon, Nico Parker, that's this lovely young lady right here. She is going to be playing Astrid. That's right. Nico Parker here from The Last of Us is going to be playing Astrid.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
In the live action How to Train Your Dragon. But you should not be worried because Nico Parker, she has made a statement. She has said that this is going to be in its own interpretation of the animated original. So it's going to be like its own thing. It's completely fresh, completely new, and very clearly she's going to make it her own thing.
Yo, killing me with this.
Okay then, so if it's going to be a new take, a new interpretation of the original story, why have Astrid to begin with? Why not have an entirely new character for Nico to play? Why then are you using Astrid, who's already established to be a Viking, and Vikings are white in Scandinavia? Why are you taking that character and making her black? What do you mean it's a new interpretation? That's bull, man. You know damn well what you're doing, man. Come on, guys. They're not even hiding it anymore, guy. Like, at least try to hide it. You know, it reminds me of the entire God of War Ragnarok debacle that happened some time ago. Before that game came out, guy, I was the staunchest God of War Ragnarok defender. There was nothing you could tell me, cause even Angry Boda, guy, I was the guy to defend the indefensible, guy. Cause I was like, first and foremost, I can tell you right now that Angry Boda being black ain't a problem, man, because she could be from the Egyptian mythology, huh? What you gonna say about that, huh? There's no way you can say that Angry Boda is just black for the hell of it. I stand corrected. But if you guys want to hear my full take on God of War Ragnarok, click on this card up here to hear my full rant about what happened with God of War Ragnarok.
Denise Smith. Spartan.
Yeah, man, Master Chief can fight aliens all day long, but he still knows that the most important battle of all is acing that math exam.
Goddamn right.
Thanks for stepping into umpire, Mr. Fletcher.
Well, I'm an English teacher, not a phys ed teacher, but I'll do my best.
You'll do fine. Just call the kids safe or out. And keep an eye on them right there. They've been trying to steal.
Who, him?
No, we use the kid's preferred pronoun.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
He's on second. I mean them.
There's only one kid there. Who's them?
They are.
He is?
No, they is. He's on second.
You mean her?
Don't call me her. I'm a him. That's a he. The kid on third uses she.
He uses she?
No, she uses she.
And you want me to keep my eye on them?
Yes.
But especially him.
No, keep your eye on them. They've been trying to steal.
Who's they? Him, her, and him?
No, not him and her, just them. Their pronoun is there, and they're right there.
I'm an English teacher. I get pronouns. That's him, her, and him.
No, that's them, him, and her.
Excuse me, but now I identify as him.
He's gender fluid. He used to be she, but now she's him.
Huh?
And I'd like to change my pronouns to Z, Zim, and Zer.
Now Z wants you to call Zer Zim.
What's a Zim?
Don't call Zim a what? Now Z is offended.
Look, I don't want to offend anybody. I'll call them by their names. Kids, what are your names?
I'm Addison. Addison.
Their parents are millennials. They named them all Addison.
Well, why do I have to use preferred pronouns?
Because gender's a social construct, and I was born this way.
How can it be born that way if gender is a social construct?
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Who makes these rules?
They do.
This they?
No, not that they. They.
Huh?
They will get you fired if you don't use the right pronoun. They will kick you off of Twitter if you question their beliefs. They cancel comedians that offend them. They get rid of professors with different points of view.
But who's they?
Nobody knows who they are. We just have to listen to them.
Maybe your father didn't spend enough time with you. Maybe your mother didn't spend enough time. You didn't get the type of attention from your parents.
One other thing, I know it's early days, but Warhammer, I mean, there's nothing more close to your heart than this. I know this.
That is true.
There are a few other things.
Well, yes.
I mean,
yeah.
Cal.
Professionally speaking.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a heart outside of work.
He does.
Yeah.
But it must be so exciting to be able to actually like dive into this world and be the one of the ones that is just steering this ship and figuring out what the world you want to create is on film and TV. What's this experience been like so far?
It is the greatest privilege of my professional career to have this opportunity. I can't say too much again. It's early days still, but to have this opportunity to bring it to the screen and be at the tiller so it can be faithful is key to me. And this is the stuff I've been dealing with since I was a kid. It's this sort of is the stuff I spend my free time daydreaming about as an adult as well, and I get to bring it into life. And there is no greater reason than I join the industry than doing something like this.
You know, it's so lovely and amazing when you have actors who are genuine fans of the material that they'll actually be participating in. Not just the actors, but the entire writing team. When everyone is genuinely excited and they're fans for the stuff that they're doing, that's when beautiful, magical things are created. People like Ryan Reynolds and Wolverine literally have to fight tooth and nail against Disney. Disney wants to do something that will simply desecrate the legacy of the characters that they have built, the characters that they have cultivated and made awesome and amazing for fans.
What's shocking is that Jackman's ultimatums were so strong against Disney that Disney felt they had no way out and decided to fall and cave to Jackman's demands to not push this entire scene, which was reportedly going to be a 6-minute scene of Wolverine facing gender-swapped X-Men characters that were reportedly villains from another universe. Wolverine's character was said to lose the battle against these characters with cringeworthy dialogue that was being passed down by the Disney heads onto the writers. Now, Disney in general, and their message to the writers was that they wanted the dialogue to be typical Marvel humor for Wolverine, and both Ryan Reynolds and Jackman knew going in that this was not going to work for the Wolverine character, as it would break away from how he was and how he has been established in past X-Men films under Fox. Now, one of the gender-swapped characters that Wolverine was supposed to face was a female iteration of Magneto from another universe that was going to fight and gain the upper hand over Wolverine.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just goes to show you that Disney will not stop until all of Middle-earth is dominated.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Spamman 2 may be good, but it ain't that good. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, thank you in advance for liking and subscribing. And remember, stay frosty and VWYW. Vote with your wallet.